Hello friends, welcome to a new video. Today we're making Succulent Garden soap, which is a super pretty and delicate soap. Now I am using some succulent embeds and I'm gonna show you everything. This is how I prep my stuff. And here you can see all the beautiful succulent embeds. We have a couple different styles and different colors. I love to use green, purple, and pink, as you can see here. And then this is a melt and pour soap with activated charcoal. I cut it in little pieces until I get something like this. And this is going to be the terrazzo inside the soap. When I created this design, I was thinking of creating kind of like a pot for flowers. You know, underneath it's gonna be pink, and then the base is white with black terrazzo, which is, you know, the soap. So it looks kind of like a pot holding the succulents. So yeah, here are all my embeds, and I also have some pink Himalayan salt with mica. This is how I make my rocks. As you can see, they look amazing. All the colors, all the micas that I use for the embeds and for the salts are going to be listed in the description box. This is the pink color, and then we have a gold color. How pretty that is. And I like to incorporate this gold because it really makes everything pops and it gives it contrast, and I think it looks beautiful. Also yellow, it's a complementary color of purple, which means that it's going to complement the color. It's gonna make it more, you're gonna make it pop. Don't pay attention to me, I'm an artist. I love color, I love talking about all those things. So yeah. Well, today we are using a Nature's Garden fragrance called Elderflower and Apple Blossoms. It doesn't discolor. Last time I used this one was for my Easter soap, and it kind of accelerated on me. I think it was because I did a very steep water reduction and I soaped maybe at a higher temperature. So it could have been that, because I've used this one before and it hasn't accelerated. So we'll see how it goes today. We are also going to use some titanium dioxide and some pink mica for the pot part, like you get the point. So goggles on and let's get started. Here are my oils, and as always I'm gonna add some kaolin clay and some colloidal oatmeal to the mix. Alright, so I'm now going to add the lye water very slowly. Alright. And now while I mix the lye with the oils, tell me, how was your day? What have you been up to? And now I'm going to divide my batter, because we're gonna color one part, it's gonna be pink and the other is gonna be white. So pink is gonna go in here. I think that should be it. A little bit more. So yeah, I've also opened a Shopify website. I used to have a Square website, but after watching one of my favorite YouTubers doing kind of like a shop update, you can see how many people are on your website, how many people are checking out, where they're from. It's so cool. Square doesn't have that, so I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And they have a lot more features than Square. I think that Square is more user-friendly. It's so simple. Shopify is a little bit more complicated, but at the end of the day, they have a lot more features than Square. So that's why I decided to give Shopify a try. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of white to this, just so it looks kind of pastel-y, like that. Pastel-y, that's a word? I don't think so. Like pastel. So there. Yeah, and I think that color is perfect. Put that aside, and now I'm going to mix the white. Let me just wait a little bit. Titanium dioxide accelerates your battle a little bit. So if we add the titanium dioxide, it will start getting harder faster. So let's wait. Now what I want to do is mix this very well. Add the fragrance oil to this portion, and then we're gonna pour into the molds. I think that's a better idea. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. I think that's about it. Stir. I think we can also stick blend a little, just because it's so watery. Let's do that. This stick blender is not that powerful, so I wanted to test it out because I know the one that I use is very powerful and it accelerates. It makes everything, you know, get harder faster. Sorry guys, my translator it's awful today. I guess I haven't been speaking English these days because I've been at home. I haven't done much, so every time I try to speak English again, it's so weird. Like I can't speak at all. I can't find the words. Okay, so we're gonna pour. Okay, and now we shake it a little bit, and now the next. And we shake it a little bit. I think, yeah, this one has a little bit more, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I have to remind that to myself because I always want everything to be so neat, and sometimes that's not the case. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna let it sit over there. We are now adding the titanium dioxide. Just mix it a little bit. This is so cool and useful, this little thing. And remember, everything that I use is linked in the description box or in my Amazon store front page. And I also have a Buy Me a Coffee website, which is a website that you can support your favorite creators by donating a small amount. For example, in this case is if you want to buy me a coffee, that will be like a contribution. Is like a, if you were to take me to buy me a coffee or something like that, the contribution will be used to buy more supplies to make more content for you guys. So if you want to make a small donation, the link will be in the description box, and I'll be really grateful. Okay, so as you can see, we need more white. I'm gonna add a little bit more, and this is how I mix my titanium dioxide. I just add a small amount in this cup. Any cup will do. Add a small amount, and then you mix it with oil. Or some of them you can mix them with water, but this one that I use is from Elements Bath and Body, and you can mix it with water or oil. My preferred method is oil, because I've noticed that when you mix titanium dioxide with water, it will create glycerin rivers in your soap. When I started using oil, I stopped getting the glycerin rivers. Glycerin rivers are created when the soap overheats, and it completely messes up your design. If you don't care about that, that's cool, you can use it. It's only an aesthetic thing, but for me, I cannot. So when I started using this one with oil, I've noticed that I stopped getting glycerin rivers. So I've been buying that one since. All right, so let's add all of it. scrape this. Just gonna stick blend this just a little bit because it's already thick. And to this we're going to add, oops, let me add the fragrance oil first. I should have done that first. Let's add the fragrance oil. Work fast. Oops. Okay, now it's getting thicker. Thicker. Oh my god. And we're going to add our bits. We're going to give it a stir. And we are ready to go. Let's just pour this into the molds. This one first. So you can see it has already set, so we don't have to worry about that. And I can tell already I'm gonna have, oops. See, this is why it's so important to wear gloves and long sleeves. I could have burned myself right now, so always be careful. Okay, so I was saying that you can see that it's already set, and I'm gonna have a lot of remaining batter because I'm not gonna fill it all the way to the top because we have to put the succulents on top. Okay, so maybe we can add a little bit more of this one, just so they look the same. Alright, and for this step we cannot wait. So we need to work fast because this starts setting up, and then we won't be able to put the flowers on top. So let's start with one purple, and as you can see it's already setting up. One pink, oops, forget about the pink. One pink. Let's put maybe a green one over here. And this is the fun part, guys. This is so fun. And you just need to push them slightly, like so. Making sure everything is pushed a little bit into the batter. There we go, pink, purple. There you go. So now let's do the next one. And you can do different patterns, and you can use different kind of flowers. For example, we have these. I want to try these. Those are from a different mold. But then lets us play a little bit with the design. And you can create different kinds of designs with this. You don't have to use the same colors as me. You can always use like more earthy tones. This is so much fun. Alright, so I'm using this pinky. Just put it right here. And this is definitely so difficult with these gloves. But can you imagine doing it without the gloves? Absolutely no. And that's about it. Look how pretty this looks. Alright, So now we are going to get our rocks, which is the salt. And we're going to play with these a little. And this is my favorite part, actually, adding these stones. It's like, it gives it life. It brings the design all together. Because right now it looks kind of plain. But when you add this, it's when the real magic happens. And you want to leave space for the other colors. You could even maybe do kind of like white rocks. Maybe using white mica with the salt. And it will look so pretty too, and it will resemble kind of like the real rocks that are used for the succulents. Alright, so now my favorite, the gold. I like adding gold to everything. Tell me, guys, what do you think about this soap? I have noticed that some people are kind of like recreating sort of my designs, and I've seen them on Instagram, and I am so happy about that. So excited to see you guys watching my videos and getting inspired. If you want to recreate this soap, please tag me on Instagram so I can see it and I can share it on my social media. It will be so cool. Oh my god, look how cute this soap looks. Now I think I'm going to add some white sprinkles, just because I was talking about the white rocks and I was like, oh my god, right, it would look so good. So let me just add some. So here we have some tiny sprinkles. Let me see. Oh yes. And sometimes we go crazy with the toppings, and at the end when we cut the soap, they don't survive, and that happens to me almost all the time. So after I add these, I take my finger really carefully and I try to kind of like push them into the soap and see if there's empty spaces. The more the better, because as I said, in the end they all fall off or fell off. And you know what? I stopped spraying my soaps with alcohol. I was trying to get rid of soda ash, right? So I started doing what everybody says you should do, which is spray your soap while it's wet with 99% rubbing alcohol. That's what I did for a long time, and I noticed that I still got soda ash even doing that. So one day I decided not to do it. I was like, well, I get soda ash anyway, so why would I bother? And guess what? I stopped getting it. I think I wasn't getting soda ash. I think it was a reaction between the alcohol and somehow my recipe or something, and I was getting this weird like white specks, not specks, but it looked kind of like soda ash, but apparently it was the alcohol. So I stopped doing that. Oh my god, this is out of place. I stopped doing that, and I stopped getting that horrible film, white film on top of the soap. So yeah. Do you guys get a lot of soda ash? Let me know in the comments, and if you do, what do you do to stop it? Maybe that can help other fellow soap makers in their soda ash journey. Well guys, here they are. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm going to let this cure for 24 hours and then we're going to cut it together.